From Neil's Han Dynasty. Wake up, people, the news starts early. Looks like the assassination in Japan is going to be a wedge for China and all of its neighbors because, well, I don't know how else to do this other than to show you the report. It's about 3 minutes here. Let's see what y'all think.
Shinzo Abe was assassinated while giving a speech on the street. This event shocked the world. His family will hold Abe's funeral on July 12th. In harmony with the significant loss to Japan and the world, Taiwanese media reported that Taiwan's vice president, Lai Ching-du, visited Japan to pay his respects. Lai Ching-du is Taiwan's highest-level special envoy to visit Japan since the two countries severed diplomatic relations 50 years ago. In response, Chinese media Sina reported sarcastically, "Corrupt nation element. Lai Ching-du came to present condolences to the family." Taiwan media said this is only the most important breakthrough since Japan and Taiwan severed diplomatic ties 50 years ago in 1972. Sina retorted, "The Frog media said that it is Lai Ching-du's private journey," adding, "The truth that the yellow media will not tell." The truth that the yellow media will not tell. In Hong Kong, democracy supporters fight against Beijing. They classify pro-democracy media organizations as yellow media, and yellow-marked businesses in Hong Kong will be understood as supporting the democratic movement. The account @MingLeili retweeted Sina's article.
I have something to throw in here. The yellow media and orange man. Seems like the CCP might have infiltrated part of our political organizations, coming up with the phrase orange man and their yellow media. Seems like a CCP thing. I don't know, it's just my opinion.
Article and commented, "Sina is the only party that has reported, but Sina is lying to everyone." Lai Ching-du, as vice president of Taiwan, came to Japan with Taiwanese diplomatic delegation.
The Taiwanese diplomatic delegation vice president was sent to Japan. I bet that pissed off a lot of people in the CCP.
To pay his respects to Prime Minister Abe. To put it bluntly, there is already a sense of anxiety implying the Chinese authoritarian regime. In this regard, Taiwan's New Talk quoted Akio Yaita, the director of the Taipei branch of Japan's Sankei Shimbun, pointing out on his personal social media site that this move will inevitably lead to the CCP's fierce opposition. At the same time, the visit by Lai Ching-du also shows that Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is not afraid of the CCP's repression and intimidation. In addition, the South Korean Prime Minister will also lead other officials to attend Abe's national funeral, and former U.S. President Trump will also consider attending in person. For Taiwan, Mr. Lai Ching-du will go to Japan. Some Japanese media quickly took some pictures of Mr. Lai Ching-du entering Mr. Abe's house to attend the funeral. Mr. Akio Yaita said that Japan and Taiwan do not have official diplomatic relations, and the President, Vice President, Legislative Director, and Foreign Minister of Taiwan are not allowed to visit Japan. However, the Japanese government suddenly granted a visa to visit Japan for Mr. Lai Ching-du, and he suddenly appeared on the streets of Tokyo to present condolences to the family of the former Prime Minister Abe.
That is a lot bigger in a scenario than just a few words on the screen. There's going to be a lot of backlash because that guy touched Japanese soil. In the CCP world, they're freaking out right now.
This is the most important diplomatic breakthrough since Japan and Taiwan severed diplomatic ties 50 years ago in 1972, and it is bound to attract fierce protests from the CCP, Mr. Akio Yaita commented. He also pointed out that the Liberal Democratic Party led by Mr. Fumio Kishida won a significant victory in the presidential election on July 11th. In addition, Lai Ching-du was granted a visa shortly after applying to visit Japan, indicating that Japan is not afraid of offending the CCP. This also shows that Prime Minister Kishida not only inherits the policy of support of former Prime Minister Abe, proving that the Taiwan-Japan relationship has come a long way. Akio Yaita said that after the assassination of former Prime Minister Abe, the country and people in Taiwan deeply mourned Mr. Abe, which deepened the Japanese people's sense of closeness to Taiwan. However, under the pressure of public opinion, the Japanese government will also obey the people. Mr. Akio Yaita said, "Thank you, Prime Minister Kishida, for your wise decision. In heaven, receiving the personal farewell of Vice President Lai, former Prime Minister Abe will also feel relieved. Regarding Mr. Lai Ching-du's visit to Japan, according to RFA, the Taiwan president's office had no comment or explanation on the itinerary involved. However,
I know over here in the West, in America, they don't put a lot of thought or care as to what's going on over there. And because of that, my recall's not that good, but I do believe that there was some sort of coup back in the 60s, I believe, in China, the CCP China, and the guy that lost went to Taiwan and basically took Taiwan over, or something like that. Don't hold me to this. I got to do some more research. Taiwan is supposedly like the true China, because the Chinese leaders or the CCP leaders, I'm not sure which. My history of that is not good. But they got some real close ties, China and Taiwan, politically, not ties, but hate for each other because some sort of a political thing happened, I believe, in the 60s. Not 100% sure. And it's a power thing between basically the two groups. So to have Taiwan go over to Japan and be allowed in Japan is a very, 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 very significant thing. Buy some silver, some platinum. When you go to the grocery store, pick up 2 of everything you usually only get 1 of, or 3 if you can afford it. Be kind to your neighbors, be helpful to your neighbors, and be grateful for what you have. God bless America. Everyone be safe, and I'll probably come to you with about 72 more videos today.